Mario Kart is one of Nintendo's franchises that has been wildly popular since it first launched. Whether you're 6 years old or 76 years old, you've probably driven here before.
How did I get here?
The GameCube was not an incredibly successful console, but it had a load of great games on it. Mario Kart Double Dash was the Mario Kart title for this console, and it is by far one of the most unique entries in the series to date. But was Double Dash really that good? Mario Kart Double Dash released on November 17th, 2003 in North America, November 7th, 2003 in Japan, November 14th, 2003 in Europe, and November 19th, 2003 in Australia. This was the only Mario Kart title released on the GameCube, and just like the other games in the series, you get to pick your favorite Mario character and race with friends. This time though, you and your friend can sit on the same kart. This is the only time in Mario Kart history where players would be able to control two characters on a single kart. One character would handle the driving, and the other character would manage the items. This allowed for a unique gameplay experience for both single player and multiplayer. If you wanted to share a kart with a friend, that's great. If you wanted to ride in different karts like in the other titles, that's also an option. This title offers a wide selection of characters, so you can pick whoever you like. You can put whatever characters you want to together, like Waluigi and Birdo.
I know what you're planning, Waluigi, you freak.
Choosing your characters isn't just about picking your favorite characters from the roster though. It was about finding the perfect combination of abilities. Each character had access to unique items that were only available for their duo. Baby Mario and Baby Luigi got access to Chain Chomp, Mario and Luigi got access to fireballs, and Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong got access to giant bananas. Whatever character you pick has a huge impact on how you play the game. Characters also have their own weight class, which determines what kind of carts you can use. Whatever the heaviest character you have determines what cart type you can choose. So unfortunately, you cannot put Bowser in a stroller.
I'll tell you right now, you can try and stop me.
Having two players on the same cart with one driving and one managing items made this game really unique. This new variation on the gameplay was a blast, and it brought a new dynamic to the game, and it's a shame this is the only title where this is an option. But as great as these changes were, it also had a couple of downsides. It was difficult to adjust to the new controls, and the added complexity wasn't everybody's cup of tea. But to me, this was a great new feature. Nintendo has never been scared to push the envelope with new things they can try to innovate their games, and Mario is their poster boy for that. Think about the 3D Mario titles and how different they all are while all retaining the same charm. The balance between picking two characters and sharing a kart with a friend makes this title really stand out. The roster of characters was great as well, allowing loads of different combinations to be used. Fan favorite characters like Petey Piranha and King Boo are in this title, and it's great to see some interesting characters get added to this lineup. Whether riding with friends or playing by yourself, the ability to have two characters in a kart was a great time. Double Dash also introduced a load of new tracks, and some of them are some of the most memorable of all time. Baby Park, DK Mountain, and Daisy's Cruiser all were first featured in this game. Though this was before the addition of past tracks, the new tracks are all great and had loads of variety and replayability. Just like in the other titles, the different difficulties are based on the speed your kart will move. 50cc, 100cc, and 150cc, scaling the different speeds. This title also had the fan favorite Mirror Mode return from Mario Kart 64. Mirror Mode takes the tracks from the original modes and reverses them, allowing a good change of pace.
Who's that guy?
Time trials make a return as well, where players race on a track with the goal to do it the fastest. Staff ghosts are available in this mode, having people get a chance to race against ghost versions of game developers. The tracks and game modes in this game feel great, and a lot of attention to detail was placed in all of these tracks. Though it can be hard to go from Mario Kart 8 to this title, it's still well worth going back and checking this game out. These were just your racing game modes. This game also featured the famous Battle Mode, which allowed up to 4 players to duke it out on small battlefields. Battle Mode had 3 different game modes: Balloon Battle, Shine Thief, and Bob-omb Blast. In Balloon Battle, your goal is to pop balloons of enemy players using items that you get from item boxes. Each player starts with 3 balloons, and when you lose all 3, you're out. You can steal balloons from enemy players by ramming into them with a mushroom, but if you run out, it's all over. In Shine Thief, players are picking up shine sprites and trying to hold them for the entire round. If you have a shine and get hit, you drop it, and another player can pick it up. Bob-omb Blast has you throwing bob-ombs at each other to get stars to win. The more you hit people with bob-ombs, the more stars you receive. And if you get hit, you lose a star, and the first person to the target number of stars wins. Battle Mode is so fun and unique, and all of the maps in this game are iconic. Block City, Pipe Plaza, and even the GameCube itself are all great options, and it allows for loads of variety when playing these modes. Racing is really fun, but beating each other with items in a battle royale is endless fun. Double Dash had a great variety in track design in both game modes. with some tracks being a straightforward race and others filled with obstacles and hazards that require you to be on your toes. The jump in graphical capabilities during this time was incredible. The visuals were vibrant and colorful and took full advantage of the GameCube's hardware to create a detailed world. The early 2000s had the biggest jump in hardware strength in my opinion. Going from the N64 to the GameCube to the Wii in the span of about a decade is a night and day difference. The GameCube was nowhere near as strong as the competition at the time, but that doesn't mean these games were bad by any means. Double Dash has extremely impressive visuals and had loads of great designs in the characters, carts, and tracks. Another huge part of what makes Mario Kart special is the items in every game. Double Dash took this to the next level, with each character having their own unique special item. Races quickly became absolute chaos. Deciding what characters to pick based on their items added a load of options for players to pick from. Some people don't like the idea of locking items behind characters, but I'm actually a big fan of this. It adds more strategy to the selection process, which makes this game even more strategic. Item boxes are one of the most iconic items in all of gaming, and Double Dash introduced the item box, which gave 2 items in a single pickup. Part of the charm of the double item box in this title, though, is that you can swap the character who's driving, meaning you can swap the order of the items that you use. In Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, these items are locked in the order that you pick them up, meaning you have to use one item to get the other. It's a shame this feature wasn't added to other titles. Having 2 items that you can switch between gives you a good amount of options. When Double Dash first hit the shelves, it was met with generally positive reviews. People loved the game's innovative dual driving mechanics, and the variety of tracks and multiplayer modes made this a must-play GameCube game. It was clear that this brought something new to the table, and for many people, it was an extremely fresh and exciting take in the series. But on the other side of that coin, a lot of people miss the simplicity of the other titles. The chaos of having 2 characters on the same cart wasn't for everybody. I personally love how they took a huge leap with this game. Mario Kart is one of those series that Nintendo will be guaranteed to make a load of money on every release. Doing something new has become a huge part of this series. Each title has some sort of gimmick that sets it apart from the rest that really makes these titles stand out. But regardless of how much you change, people are going to resist it. Nostalgia can be blinding, but I think this title did a really good job of pushing boundaries while keeping the gameplay relatively the same. Over time, Double Dash has developed a cult following. Many people look back on this game with memories of how wild it was. Mario Kart has only gotten more popular as time went on, with games like Mario Kart Wii and Mario Kart 8 being some of the best-selling Nintendo games of all time. Double Dash often feels forgotten because of the weird time that it was released, but anyone who has played this game could tell you that this was something special. So was Mario Kart Double Dash really that good? Absolutely. Though the game's focus on co-op can be a blessing and a curse depending on who you are, the game is a great time no matter what. This is the only game in the series having a dual driving system, making it a one-of-a-kind experience within the franchise. It's a shame that other Mario Kart entries haven't had this as an optional game mode. Similar to how this game has a battle mode, having a Double Dash game mode would just make sense. It would be a great nostalgic callback to fans of the older titles, and would be great for people who are just starting out with this game. While not every part of this game is loved by everybody, its bold choice to change up the formula really made this something that stands out. As always, thank you for watching. I hope that you and your family have an incredible rest of your day, and if you like anything that you saw here, please consider subscribing.